worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. Season 2.
Hello and welcome to the worst idea of all time with your old mate Timbo.
And your old mate Guyzo.
How's it?
Bloody good. How are you?
So good, mate. Let me tell you, I'm awesome.
Hey, and you're looking great too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did just watch a movie.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, so the name of the game is Sex and the City 2. What it is the four women from Sex and the City, the TV show.
Excellent. I like them.
After the first movie, as far as I can tell, Big and Carrie tried to get married, but something like fucked up the wedding, right?
Yes, I've heard this.
So, what happens in the movie is it starts off at a wedding for, do you remember Anthony and who was the other gay guy that was on the show all the time?
Stanford.
Carrie's mate? Yeah, Stanford. So they get married right at the start of the movie.
Cool.
So it kind of like opens on that.
Yeah.
And
everyone's there. All the girls are there.
Yeah, hard out. And you see like Steve and stuff and
I love
there and
Steve.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So
He's one of my favourite characters.
it's wicked. And then shortly after that, Samantha gets a phone call. Do you remember Smith Jarrett, the actor who she did the PR for?
Yeah, Garrett or Jarrett.
Garrett, something like that. Yeah. So I think they actually like alternate in the movie how they say it. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, so she gets a phone call from him, and he's in Abu Dhabi. He's in the Middle East.
No way.
Yeah, he's shooting a movie poster.
Yeah. That seems
for a movie.
Excessive, but
It's
okay.
weird, eh? Yeah, it doesn't really. It's not what happens in real life. So Smith Garrett goes, "Oi, come to my movie premiere," and she's like, "Sweet bae." So they all rock up to it.
The whole gang.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Carrie and Big, they kind of had like some squabbles because they've been married and stuff, you know.
Yep,
so they're doing that.
They'll get you. The squabblies, we call them.
They're doing that whole thing, and then so they all collectively go to the movie premiere thing.
That sounds like fun.
It was awesome.
Sounds like a fun night out.
It's fucking great. Awesome. And then Samantha gets talking to one of the guys who financed the movie from Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And he's like, "Bae, I run Mint as hotel. You should come over and like review it for free
That
and do
sounds
some PR and shit."
Almost too good to be true.
I know. And so she counters with, "Sweet as dude, but I want to bring my gals." So guess what? The four women go
Road
off
trip.
to, yeah, exactly. All the Sex and the City 2 girls, or the Sex and the City girls rather, they go to the Middle East. So that's like pretty much the main meat and potatoes of it. Aiden's there. Like Aiden just pops up in the market. Do you remember Aiden? He was like the kind of man-child guy who Carrie was sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, he was like
There or thereabouts.
the anti-big, you know. So he's got kids now and a wife and all that stuff.
Wait, what?
What?
This is all just slowly being bled out.
Yeah, this is the movie's pretty long. It's 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? That's quite long for a movie.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought it was too long. I think they definitely could have trimmed some of the stuff off of it.
Yeah. So what else happens? Like, where's the what was the anchoring point? Where was the?
Well, I guess the anchor is that they're in Abu Dhabi, and that's kind of it.
That
Samantha pashes the dude, and like there's a little bit of something that goes on there. She kind of gets arrested, but then it's all fine. But then they get kicked out of the hotel. And
no, that wouldn't have been good for the relationship between her and the guy whose hotel it was.
Yeah, it sort of ended that little business transaction, and so then they all had to bail out because he stopped paying for their hotel for free. So then they all just have to leave. Oh yeah, and I forgot as well, but Miranda quits her job because she doesn't like being a lawyer. I know I glossed over that, but that's literally, I've just described everything that happens. That's it. So Charlotte's got a nanny in this one. She's got a large-breasted Irish nanny who refuses to wear bras, right?
Okay.
So there's that whole gas going on.
What is that?
Well, how do you mean?
What's the?
Oh, it kind of provides a bit of a thing that she's like concerned that what's his name?
Her husband.
Harry. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who played Runkle in Californication.
He's a funny guy.
That dude, yeah. So, she's concerned that Runkle's going to cheat on her with the big-titted Irish nanny. But it turns out the nanny's gay anyway, so it's sweet as. Doesn't matter.
That's quite a neat way of sort of putting a bow on that sort of storyline. I quite like that.
Yeah. And then they all go home. Oh yeah, so did I say that she kissed Aiden? She kissed him, bro. They pash.
No, you didn't say that.
They pash over an
What?
Abu Dhabi.
How could you gloss that over? That is huge.
I know. So I didn't know where I got up to. So they pash in the Middle East, and then Carrie comes home.
That's a game changer.
Well, I know. So she gets on the blower and tells Big. She's like, sup?
When she gets home.
No, like before. So when she's still there, she gets on the blower to Big, and she's like, hey, baby, I pashed Aiden. Sorry about it. And then it's fine. He's like a bit pissed off, so she comes home.
Yeah.
And then he buys her a diamond ring.
Oh. And that's
the movie. That's the whole kit and caboodle.
I gotta say, Tim, it doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Would you watch it with friends?
I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't watch it again.
Would you tell your friends to go?
No, it's not. It doesn't really warrant a second watch. I'll tell you that. So I don't think I'll see it again. Is what I would say. It's absolutely what I would say
Yeah.
if I don't have to.
That was almost quite a cathartic conversation.
It's good to get it all out, I think.
It is good to put it all out there. Well,
that about does it for the worst idea of all time. What episode is this, guy?
episode 36.
Watch 35.
Screening 35. There's got to be a better way of putting that.
Now I want to do another two-parter, so we have to subtract 2. Make it even harder on ourselves.
I hate this. I don't like having all these numbers in my head. There were some funny scenes in Sex and the City 2 this week, I thought.
Yeah? Do you want to boot off with a shining light or a funny moment?
Well, it was a funny moment.
This next segment is called America's Funniest Home Sex and the City 2 videos.
Okay. My funniest America's Funniest Sex and the City 2 home video this week was at the wedding scene when Mr. Big is getting a couple of glasses of champagne to take back to his wife Carrie, and there's an attractive sort of devilish looking guy, sort of George Clooney's body double, who is hitting on him, and Big's getting this champagne, and the waiter who's pouring the champagne is doing just a comic. It's obviously his first night on the job or something, but I mean he's having a really rough go of it. He's sort of timidly filling them, half full. He's pouring the champagne straight down from the top. It's absolute mania. And but luckily for him, Mr. Big's so taken aback by this guy that he doesn't even notice. But I tell you what, it really tickled me this week. It was my funniest home video.
So okay, awesome. What I mean, it's just the confidence. Is that the main thing that's so good about it?
Just a bold decision by a supporting actor. And I mean, if you look at the movie, there's a lot of those being made, and not enough being made of it. And I do feel like at this juncture, it's kind of our job to wade in there and start spotlighting these heroes, these everyday heroes who every week, they get out there, they tread the boards, they put on a show for us. And I think for too long we've glossed this over. So power to you. I look forward to seeing you next week. I hope you're more confident. Maybe by the end of the season, he'll be super confident and he'll be doing.
Where do you go next?
He'll be doing flair bartending, and then he'll star in the reboot of Tom Cruise's Cocktail.
Busting out there in his underwear. Wait, was that in that movie?
No, that's Risky Business. But we could be watching the origin story of Cocktail 2.
Cool. Well, if one good thing could come out of this movie, Cocktail 2 wouldn't be.
If this movie has taught us anything, is that the world needs more sequels.
Absolutely. No arguments.
What was your Sex and the City? What was your America's Funniest Home Sex and the City 2 video?
Funniest or best?
Well, I don't know the name of the show. You name the show. It's funniest.
The America's Best Home Sex and the City 2 video for me this week was in the scene where they are all having drinks by the pool.
Yes.
There's, I think it's in that one. There's a dude in the background, of course, because I have massively checked out to what's happening in the foreground of the entire picture weeks ago. In the background, there's a dude who is in... he's wearing a turban and he's in traditional dress, but he's having drinks and a very spirited argument by the look of the gusto with which he's throwing his arms around with a woman who's not wearing a niqab. And I was like, cool, man. Cross-cultural divide being, met.
Is that seriously in the movie?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I pointed it out to you at the time. I said it out loud.
Yeah, but I mean, that would, to say that, you would be implying that every observation that we share between one another during the movie is observed perfectly.
Yeah, and it's certainly not.
There's a lot of stuff that slips through the cracks.
Hey, can I give you a present? First, you give me one.
I will not give you a present, Tim. What I will give you is a gift.
Ooh, how good
For
does that
a
sound on
kiss.
those mics?
Is always a gift.
We're in a new setup. PS, by the way, as well. This is probably more what it's going to sound like from now on. So,
Tim,
feedback welcome. Get used to it.
Tim showed me an article on The Onion recently,
Perfectly.
which was exactly him. What was the title?
It was Simon Sweetman actually put it on my wall, and it was podcaster promises audio quality better next episode. Like, yep, sounds right. Dan Edwards has sent us something. He is at Dan the Smuggler on Twitter, and this is what he sent us.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till we know what the fuck is up with this guy. He's not the man we think he is at all. Oh no, no, no. He's the coffee man. Coffee man, burning out his mouth up here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till we know what the fuck is up with this guy. He's not the man we think he is at all. Oh no, no, no. He's the coffee man. Coffee man, burning out his mouth up here alone. Take it, Tim. Take it, guy. Shibbity-bee-bop. Shibbity-bee-bop.
Dan, you absolute legend. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's a good laugh.
So there's a rule in parody songs. You just do one chorus.
Yeah. And then
He's perfectly mirrored the movie by it going on slightly too long. But I love it. I love every second of it. So Dan, at Dan the Smuggler, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for smuggling that one in.
You're a winner.
Trafficking that one all the way into the podcast. There was a moment this week, Tim, which we both enjoyed, which was when Carrie and Big have a small disagreement over him watching television in the bedroom. And then she gets up very early the next morning to sneak into her old apartment to get some work done. What would be an exceptional offering would be for her to open the door to her old apartment and to have a whole new, like, family of tenants who now live in the apartment, and
Yeah.
she's still they're like, what are you doing here?
Because she writes a note saying, gone to my old apartment. It's like, okay, sweet. But the thing is, if it wasn't an insane proposition that because they own both of these properties, which just sounds ballistic, and it would be far more realistic if there were people in there now. And it would be a better movie for it.
It would be a much better movie for it. They go,
If she had gone insane,
what are you doing here?
kept a key, and just periodically would roll into this apartment, but like a family's in there now. There are some young kids, and they are freaked out by this woman appearing at the door.
They take out a restraining order against her, but you think that's going to stop Carrie Bradshaw? Absolutely not.
No, go fuck yourself, Carrie Bradshaw. And go fuck yourself, new tenants of your old apartment. It kind of led me to this belief, this movie watch, that the entire film might be Carrie slowly losing her grip on reality, and we're seeing everything from a first-person perspective from her.
So everything we see is not the actual action of the movie, it's her perception of...
Yeah, exactly. And she's actually in, like, a loony bin. And Big is, like, asking for a divorce, but she's just not getting it.
So in the big scene where Big is saying, I want to spend 2 days apart. I want to have my own apartment for 2 days a week.
Yeah.
What he's actually saying is, I'm getting a divorce with you.
In real life, it's like, Carrie, you need to get the help that you need to get, and I can't be a part of this anymore.
She's reacting to that argument by
in her head, she's
talking back
constructing...
like, what, you want to spend 2 days apart from me?
No, all of them. We're getting a divorce. Like, this is over.
What
am I going to tell the girls? Taking 2 days off? No, Carrie, honestly, you're not well. I'm out of here for a bit. You need professional help. This was really happening. And then the whole rest of the movie is just like this construction that she's made. She never goes to Abu Dhabi. She's in a mental asylum, you know?
And so everything is her. She has created this entire holiday.
You know all the guys who were like handling her bags and stuff, and they're all dressed in white? It's because they're nurses holding her down to sedate her, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This movie's got more layers than I even knew about.
This
Samantha, right? Samantha died a few years ago. Samantha didn't make it. And what we're actually seeing is her projecting Samantha's persona onto a fellow patient who's constantly taking antipsychotic pills. That's why she's always having her hormones to treat her for her menopause, quote unquote.
This 35th screening's bringing out some super dark stuff in you, Tim.
I'm just spitballing here.
I love where your head's at.
Do you?
It's freaky, but yeah, I like it.
It is kind of unorthodox that we played Dan's lovely Coffee Guy theme and then didn't rock into a casual little squeed up, eh?
Yeah,
Casual little squeed up bup. A sweet little sweet up bup bup bup. Sweet up bup bup bup.
Scup, scup, scoobity bee, bada bada bee, bada boop,
Scoot
bada
up, up,
bo,
up.
scope, scope, bada bo, bada boop, bo, bada bee, bada boop,
Scoobity
bo,
bop,
bo,
bop.
skibbity bop, bo, bada bo, bo, skibbity bop, bada bada ski, bada boo, bada boo, bada bee, bada boo, bada boo, bop, bee, ba, bada boo, bada boo, bop, ski, ba, boo, badoo, bop.
Where's he going?
What's he up to?
Those are the questions we are faced with ourselves with. We're faced with ourselves with them every week.
We are facing ourselves. We've now taken, just for clarity, so everyone knows visually what's happening in the room, we now record the podcast facing a full body length distortion mirror, and it's just wreaking absolute havoc.
It's messing with me big time. It's not a good feeling.
And this is what we're confronted with every week now, as the distorted versions of ourselves put the question to us, Tim and Guy. Why is this man drinking so much coffee?
What's he doing?
What's he doing? Where is he off to? Where is he off to?
Do you know what he is off to?
Hello.
He's very nervous
Yes.
because
Yes.
you'll be playing the part of Coffee Guy today.
Yes.
He is very nervous because he is about to present the annual Hand Awards for Best Hand Acting in a Motion Picture.
Oh, I just hope somebody comes along to the awards. I mean, I've taken out several loans. It's a pretty niche idea, but I think hand acting has been gone too long underneath the radar of Hollywood and the public at large.
I couldn't agree more, Coffee Guy. I think it's about time that the dedicated professionals and craftsmen and women who put their asses on the line every single week performing
Absolutely.
great handwork for us.
Absolutely.
You know, they need to be recognised.
That's what you look at some actors, Adam Sandler. Recently terrible face actor. Excellent hand actor. One of the best in the business.
Is that so?
That's right.
I didn't know that. Who are some other fine and talented hand actors, would you say?
You're talking about, of course, your Marissa Tomei's. Absolutely phenomenal hands if you watch them ever. Ray Romano, do his work in Everybody Loves Raymond. I mean, everybody's talking about that. We're giving him a lifetime. I've fucking said too fucking much, haven't I?
Ray Romano is getting...
When is this going out to
This isn't going out for a couple of weeks,
Okay.
so we're okay. Ray Romano's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award for hand acting.
services too?
That's incredible.
Well, he sleeps in a vat of moisturizer on a lilo,
Didn't know that.
and his arms just.
Do you want to describe what a lilo is for our international audience?
sort of like an inflatable,
It's like a pole toy, isn't
like
it?
an inflatable mattress that you lie on in the pool,
So he sleeps on one of those and then with a
floating
hand
on
in
a
each-
large body of moisturizer,
Right.
and he just drops his arms and hands in, and that's why
Fancy that.
when you see his hands in the TV show, that's why they look so supple. It's why some people that it doesn't even register why it's happening, but a lot of people salivate when they're watching Ray Romano acting with his
So what is that about?
hands. What?
Why are people salivating?
Oh, just because of the smoothness of the hand, the
Oh, I
suggestion
see.
of the hands, the smoothness of the.
Is that a normal reaction when you see something really smooth? You just start salivating?
Not always. Not always.
But with hands?
As it pertains to hands, specifically those of Ray Romano, absolutely.
Right. How would you rate Sarah Jessica Parker's hand acting across her career?
Flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
Flashes of brilliance, to be sure, but also moments of great laziness and sort of lethargy. She has the hands of a sort of occasionally
She sort of shows us the hands as they were in the days of Hocus Pocus, this supple, smooth hands of a 20 to 30-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
But in others, these sort of great lumbering, sort of beastly hands come out, and they're the hands of a lady who has done too much.
Now, I don't know if you're familiar with a 80s film called Flight of the Navigator that Sarah Jessica Parker features in.
Oh, no.
Very good film. I highly recommend it. It's about a boy who gets abducted by an alien, which sounds a little more nefarious.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating. The robot ship thing takes him on a big journey around Earth and tries to steal him. So Sarah Jessica Parker's in that film, and I reckon
I would love to see.
her hand acting's pretty good in it, quite solid, especially given what you just told me about her sort of having inconsistent hand performances throughout her career.
Still bursts of excitement, movement, and then just great patches of just sort of exhaustion, I'd say.
Right. So what's your life been that you are a judge and award giver out for hand acting?
I have lived a rich and varied life. I may not be wealthy in your money or coins, but I'm certainly wealthy in stories and memories and friendship.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, I like to think so. I mean, something's got to get me through, and so I occasionally frequent different cafes, coffee houses, sort of places wherein you can pay 99 cents for an all-you-can-drink sort of deal.
Okay. Groovy, man. I like where you're where you're at.
That's what takes up most of my time, and then in my downtime, I hover outside sort of No Leemings or Radio Shacks or whatever you call them, sort of these Best Buy type stores, and I track all the footage played on all the TVs, and I chart the moments at which the hands move and those at which they're still. I've got a Rolodex. I've got 93% of Hollywood's hands on file, dating from 1984 to now.
You're like a train spotter, but with hands.
I've never really thought about it like that, but I suppose I kind of am.
You seem quite tickled by it, but also concerningly aggressive. Okay, very good. What a fascinating man.
Yes.
Doing great things.
And so tonight
Yes.
is the launch of the first inaugural initial anniversary of the 2015 Academy of Hand Acting Awards, as told by me, Coffee Guy, sponsored by Greg's Java.
So you know how the American foreign press, or the Hollywood foreign press, are the ones who determine who wins in the Academy Awards? Who is judging?
Oh, why me, of course.
It's solely you
Just
are the judge.
me.
That's it.
That's right.
Don't you think you could be too easily bought, though, by like someone who was trying to really pick up
I
one of
am
these golden hands?
Impervious to matters of finance.
Really? How do you exist? How do you buy your coffee?
I beg.
Oh, it's just on the street or in the cafe.
Outside the coffee house.
Right.
Penny for a thought, penny for a thought. They give me a penny, I give them a thought. When I have 99 pennies, I have 99 coffees, and I'm back out on the street begging again.
That is an excellent idea, because I guess the more drinking of coffee you would do, the more ideas you would generate, and so it's kind of like a
It was like that once. My mind was a fertile, creative
what are they
breeding
called?
ground.
It's like a perpetual motion machine. It's like
Yes.
you're generating your own energy.
Yes, until recently, when my mind became obsessed with the first inaugural anniversary initial hand.
Well, you got to love
acting
what you
awards.
do. You got to get involved and love what you do, and that's all you're doing. So I say it's not necessarily an obsession; it's a focus, and I commend you on it. I think you're doing great things.
Thank you, kind boy.
You're welcome. You better go though, man. A lot of planning to do.
No, it's all set. The wheels are in motion.
No shit, bro. You got to go.
No shit, bro. I'm not leaving.
Okay. Terrifying. Well, look, I want to talk more about this film, Sex and the City 2, that I just saw. So, have you seen it?
Seen it. I'm in it.
Are you? I don't understand how this universe works, but I'm keen to find out.
Well,
So
it's simple, isn't it?
You're in the movie.
Yes, I might just so happen to be in the movie by mistake.
Are you like playing yourself?
Well, it's funny, really, that the real me translates so accurately to the me on screen in a fictitious film. While everyone else might be existing in a fictitious world, I, of course, am absorbing my normal reality.
What?
Well, I just happened to be in shot. I was just doing some planning in a borrowed suit, having one of my 99 coffees before I hit the trail again, and it just so happened I was so entrenched in my work I didn't notice the film crew set up around me.
Do you enjoy all kinds of coffee? Like, do you like instant coffee? Or
It makes no difference to me.
I love it.
It's just the sweet nectar that is Java which really keeps me going.
It's just the caffeine.
Why,
in
if you
all
took
its
coffee
forms.
out of my life, I couldn't tell you what I'd do.
Robusta, Arabica, you don't care. Just get it in you.
That is correct.
I like that philosophy about life. It's good.
Would you like to ask me any questions about what the ladies would like to act with?
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that. What's Cynthia Nixon like?
A gem. An absolute diamond in the rough.
Yeah?
Well, I say in the rough, sort of in the clear now. She's made a wonderful career for herself, and it's hard-earned.
What about Kim Cattrall?
She's an interesting kettle of fish, that Kim, I will tell you that.
Is she?
She loves to sort of she likes to do scats and poems. There's no knowing, she's sort of uncontrollable and untamable, sort of free spirit.
Sounds like a true artist.
Well, you say that, but it's very disruptive on set, you see. She'll be halfway through a line and sort of go into a 2-hour sonnet, and then she'll come back and sort of come to, and, I mean, the whole scene's moved on without her.
This is going to sound like a weird question, but there is a small boy in the movie called Brady.
Oh, we do not speak of Brady.
Why is
I
that?
will have to cease this line of questioning, I'm sorry.
I insist upon us finding out a little bit more of your experiences with Brady, because I know he's gone on to do some big, big things.
How much do you know about Brady?
I know that he's in charge of a lot of, let's say, underground happenings. He's not here.
Well, of course he's here. He's everywhere.
There's no rats in this room.
That's what he thinks. That's what he wants you to think. There could be rats anywhere. Rats in the pipes. Rats in the lights.
We do have lights and pipes in here.
That's right.
I've got a trike outside too.
Well, there's a pretty bloody odds-on chance you've got rats in there as well.
My God. Well, that's okay.
Frankly, you've spooked me.
Have I?
Yes.
But nothing happened. See, this is the thing. Everyone thinks you say the word Brady and something bad's going to happen. Not always, man. See, we're fine here. We're all good. We're cool, dog. Know what I'm saying?
Yes, I like you.
You just have to relax a little bit. I mean, God knows your adrenaline system's probably fucking shot from all the coffee that you drink every day.
I am in absolute bits. My bowels are pretty much hanging out my backside.
Your nerves will be in absolute tatters by this point.
I'm not well.
What's your sleeping pattern like?
Sleep, to sleep, to dream. Well, I mean, I remember the concept. I sort of understand how other people do it, just not exactly as it applies to me.
Have you tried?
Have I tried? Of course I've tried. Why, every day I try, every minute. I'm trying to sleep right now, you see.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, God.
That's why my eyes have been shut this whole time. You haven't noticed?
No, I didn't notice. Why have you painted eyes on your eyelids?
Oh, hi. So I can get away with all sorts of naughty little tricks, you see.
Oh, man. You're a strange man.
Yes, I am a very strange man.
I don't know if I trust you, but I know that I like you. That much I do understand.
All right, I'm going now.
Oh, okay. Very well. A strange character.
What an interesting guy.
Fascinating man. A lot of people are waiting in on the King Brady versus
It's an interesting conversation, to be sure.
I've only encountered a couple people who are backing Dickbot, but they've started coming up recently.
Yeah, it just doesn't make enough sense for me.
What, that Dickbot will win?
Yeah.
Or the battle itself?
Well, the battle definitely makes sense.
Yeah. There's nothing ambiguous about a Japanese-created artificial intelligence which has found a body and now a home in the desert in the Middle East to escape the eye of the NSA while hanging out with these 4 women and trying to find out about humanity, going toe-to-toe with a guy who's in charge of the entire rat population of New York City and perhaps beyond.
Definitely always growing. I wouldn't be surprised if Brady is in charge of all the rats, probably through the Midwest now.
Really?
Maybe even as
going-
far as Texas.
Wow, he's going coast to coast on this shit.
Yeah.
How long do we have before he hits LA and he gets control of the entertainment industry?
There's no telling.
Maybe he has already. Ratatouille. Maybe that was like a red flag announcing his arrival.
You'd have to watch it again to know for sure. I remember as a rompy-pompy, rumble-tum turn through the streets of Paris as told by an ambitious young rat and an ambitious young chef, working in tandem.
There's not a lot of other movies or entertainment products that are done by rats, though, that I know of.
Lots of videos of rats on the subway in New York fighting over pizza.
Yeah.
Which would, I guess...
I think there's just the 2 videos, but they're appearing a lot. I don't think there's tons of videos.
Tons of videos. Scores of videos.
Yeah?
Hundreds and hundreds.
Hundreds. Well, I put it to you guys.
Hundreds and hundreds.
You've misunderstood how videos work.
Tim, what was your shining light this week?
I've already told you, it was that guy having dinner with that woman.
No, that was your America's Funniest Home
That was my
Sex and the
America's...
City 2 video.
It wasn't the funniest, it was the best. Okay, in that case, my shining light for sure, for absolute sure.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a question of a doubt, is the haircut that Samantha's assistant has.
Oh, yeah.
That
Nice.
hairdo.
Yep,
It's mean.
I'm into it.
Short hair on a woman's awesome. I dig it.
You like that?
Yeah, it's cool. As long as you've got the right kind of face for it. But I mean, fucking do what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I think it suits some women more than others. And she looks great.
As it suits some men more than others. Some
That's true.
animals.
Have you ever tried to grow your hair real long?
Yeah, I've had long hair before.
Have you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How old were you when that was happening?
Like, maybe 19 or
Because
18.
I imagine you would have looked like a very, before your facial hair started coming in, like a very,
Effeminate.
I wasn't going to say effeminate, but let's go with that.
I did look quite effeminate.
And with that long hair, you just would have been a beautiful man.
That's kind of you to say. I wish I could relay that information to the 19-year-old version of myself.
I didn't know you back then, so I could also be wrong. Maybe you were hideous.
Anything's possible in this wacky world.
Isn't it?
Do you want to know my shining light, Tim?
Always.
It was the guy, and I know we've probably done him before, but fuck, he turned in a strong performance this week. The karaoke singer, belting out Foreigner. He got in the background of so many shots, and he was going hammer and tongs. And the best part about it was, when he got off the stage, he took his microphone with him, which means the guy is definitely rolling around town with his own microphone, crashing every karaoke room in
Yes.
Abu Dhabi.
That is so good. That is so good. What a great thing to do, to be like one of those people who loves hitting up the karaoke all the time. And just BYO mic. Like,
Your
you've got
own
this incredible...
Bluetooth mic.
Yeah. Fuck, that's good.
Just drop in. Like, he could hit 9, 10, because it's good because they're open mics. But, like, karaoke's the definition of an open mic. Fuck, he's the man. Anyway, I loved him.
Oh, good shit. Well, I'll tell you what, I would love to just have a little thumb through,
Before we...
just wet my tongue and
Yes.
flip some pages on a big leather-bound book sitting in a very tall office space with a sad man looking out a window just in front of it.
The only thing that he can turn to lift his low spirits, his sagging spirits at this point, is the aforementioned leather-bound book, on front of which is inscribed Mr. Big's Big Book of Ideas. And then you open the book.
Yeah, that's how books sound.
Pretty good Foley work.
Yeah, that's excellent. It's good from you.
I'm picking up new skills every week from watching Sex and the City 2. And what is in the book?
It's a device that Big has invented, which sort of works on the idea of Pavlovian conditioning, where every time you yawn, you get electric shocked.
Wow, has that been done before?
Not to my knowledge. He's a bit of a trailblazer, Big. We know that about him.
Why does he
Pioneer.
want to stamp out the yawn?
Very rude in conversation when you yawn, so he's just trying to remove it as a...
But
like,
a yawn
thing
is
that you
like
do.
an involuntary...
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it though?
I'm a big yawner.
Well-
I'm threatened by this immediately.
It's physiological, which means you could probably train it out of someone with enough electric shocks.
You will be looked back on as a barbarian for these primitive thoughts on yawning.
Look, I'm not the one calling the shots here. This is on
So what's the plan?
John
Big
Big.
Cena.
John Big Cena, who spends his days inventing electroshock therapy to reduce yawning and his nights slamming The Undertaker in the WWE. Is The Undertaker even still going? I'm very out of the loop with WWE.
I think he is. I'm also terribly out of the loop. But I did not expect... I found out recently he was... I can't remember
The
how long ago.
Undertaker.
Yeah, and I was like...
He must be so
yeah,
old.
absolutely.
I remember The Undertaker being around like when I was a kid, I think. Or maybe I've just like molded him. He was there in Sting's day. Sting was good. In my favourite outfit.
And Kane?
Yep. Hard out.
Anyway.
So look,
Hasn't The
electroshock
Rock done
therapy.
well?
Hasn't he though? Would he be the most? Yeah, he would be. Yeah, the most successful to like transition out of wrestling and do something else.
He must be.
An illustrious career. You know what it is? It's that 1,000,000-watt smile.
Yeah,
God, he's got a good smile.
he does.
I love it.
And a heart of gold.
Big time. All right. Well, look, guys. Guy has to leave. He has to get out of here.
Yeah, don't you put this on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, I'm gonna. I'm definitely gonna.
Well,
This is on you.
Look, we've talked. We feel like we've been talking for hours.
We haven't really. We've been watching a film for hours.
Yeah.
We're talking for minutes. Mere minutes. It's been fun though. It's been a blast.
I love you if you can hear this.
The movie though,
Yes.
not so good.
Make a noise that represents your feeling towards the movie. There you go.
What about you? You man. I'll try again. I'll do another.
Fuck.
Ah.
Come on. This again.
Cool. All right. You get the picture. Hey, ladies and gents. Thanks. Why are we doing it? No one knows. But we'll keep doing it for you.
Kiss safely out there. Kiss responsibly. Kiss consensually.
It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time.